Here is your full, long, emotional, YouTube-ready story written in smooth paragraphs and plain text, paced for a 30 to 40-minute video and crafted to hook viewers from the very beginning and keep them engaged all the way to the end. Who would have thought that a quiet single dad janitor, the man everyone walked past without noticing, would become the reason a Navy Admiral broke down in tears on a cold December morning? And who could ever imagine that the exhausted young soldier he helped every single day was the Admiral's own daughter? If you're watching this, make sure you stay until the end, because this is one of those stories you don't want to miss. And trust me, by the time you get there, you'll understand exactly why people are saying this story restores their faith in humanity. And if you believe kindness still matters, go ahead and like this video and subscribe, because more stories like this deserve to be heard. Every morning at 5:10 a.m. sharp, long before the school hallways filled with students, Daniel Reyes, a single dad of a little girl named Emma, unlocked the side doors of Westbridge High. Most people never saw him. By the time the teachers arrived, floors were already shining, trash emptied, windows cleaned. They didn't know about the hours before dawn, when Daniel's tired eyes fought sleep, when his back ached from jobs he worked at night to support his daughter, and when he whispered reminders to himself that he couldn't ever give up, because Emma deserved better. But someone else arrived early too. A woman in uniform, pushing a stroller through the freezing air as she crossed the campus toward the small training center behind the school. She always seemed exhausted, her shoulders heavy, her uniform slightly wrinkled, her hair rushed into a bun. The first time Daniel saw her struggling to open the door while rocking her crying baby, he didn't think twice. He jogged over. "Here, let me help you," he said gently. Her eyes looked surprised and tired. "Thank you, I'm so sorry." She didn't sleep much. Daniel smiled. "Neither did I. Happens when you have kids." That small interaction became a routine. Every morning, he held the door. He carried her bag. Sometimes he pushed the stroller for her. Sometimes he simply stood beside her while she regained her breath after another sleepless night. Daniel didn't know her name at first, but he noticed her kindness immediately. Despite looking exhausted, she always said, "Thank you." She always tucked her baby close with such love that it made Daniel think of the nights he used to hold Emma when she was small, promising her a better future. One morning, he saw her sitting on the bench, elbows on her knees, wiping her eyes. Her baby slept in the stroller beside her, wrapped in a blanket. "Is everything okay?" Daniel asked. She didn't look up. "Not really. I haven't told anyone here, but I'm alone. My husband died overseas last year. My baby was only 3 months old. I'm trying to finish my training so I can keep my position, but every day feels impossible." Daniel sat quietly beside her. Not too close. Just close enough so she'd know she wasn't alone. "My wife died too," he said softly. "Car accident. Emma was 5. I didn't know how to keep going either. But I did, one day at a time." The woman finally looked at him. "How?" "Because she needed me. And your baby needs you too." He paused, then smiled. "And I'll help you however I can." From that day on, their mornings changed. Daniel timed his work route so he'd meet her right when she arrived. Sometimes he'd bring her a warm cup of coffee from the staff lounge. Nobody noticed if a single cup went missing. Other times he'd wheel the stroller so she could stretch her sore arms. Sometimes he'd talk, sometimes he'd just listen. And in return, she slowly opened up. Her name was Lieutenant Sarah Nolan. Her training was intense. Her grief was heavy. But every morning, Daniel's kindness gave her strength she didn't have alone. And she noticed something else. He always put his daughter first. He talked about Emma with a warmth that made Sarah smile even on the worst mornings. She began to admire the man who swept the floors but carried himself with more dignity than many officers she knew.